Sentimental Value is about two sisters who are in their 30s, and they're kind of trying to deal with why they perceive their family so differently. And when they're trying to kind of get to know their kind of absent father, who's been a famous film director and is not so famous anymore, a lot of strange things come up. So I guess it's about reconciliation in a family. Yeah.
Du kan ikke bare late som han ikke er I byen, kan du det?
Hva prøver? Er det han? Hvordan var det med filmen da? Hvordan er det å jobbe med Rachel Kemp?
Det är på tiden att vi sätter oss ner och pratar, du och jag. Jag tror det.
I got to know her during the shooting of Oslo, August 31st. And I noticed how energetic and funny she was, but I also felt that there was a potential in you as a person to play very dramatic, open and vulnerable roles. And after The Worst Person in the World, to get over the fact that that film was quite successful and I wanted to make another film, I felt it was very, it's a wonderful thing to be able to come and have Renate play again, because I felt we had more work to do together. And we kind of have a shorthand now, and I know you better, so I feel that I can hopefully support you in exploring new things. I feel that Nora is a bit different than Julie.
Yeah, she's very different. I feel that we got to know, working on The Worst Person, we got to know each other better as people. And we got to know each other better as, like, you got to know me better as an actor. So we kind of started talking about new material in, oh, this is something that wouldn't fit into Julie, but someday maybe we could do. And then you and Eskil, yeah, started to write something that that was very different from Worst Person and Julie. The great things with Joachim and Eskil is that they really write for people, and I don't think you don't think about gender when you write. You try to write a complex, nuanced person, and of course I will have some other experience than you have, but that is of course very open, and it's an open process, and we talk about that. And
you take ownership of your characters, as an actor should, and you've educated me on many things. Like, for example, in this film, you play a theater actor. And I've never worked in the theater, so you could teach me a lot and give me a lot of inspiration about how that functions on a practical level as well. So I think there's a good collaboration here of trying to explore a character. To create an interesting film, you want drama, you want conflict. But the problem very often is that stories in cinema just become about a good and a bad person fighting it out, and that's not very interesting. I tried to create films where the internal conflict, the ambivalence, the vulnerability of close relationships, why don't we know how to talk to our parents, or why are siblings so different, or what's the meaning of it all, like those internal things, try to create stories around that. And then I hope for this one actually to make something, I wouldn't say comforting, because it is a bit of a melancholic film, even though it has humor and everything, but to create a space at least where people can feel a variety of emotions that's not so easy to talk about. All that stuff in families, for example, between parents and children, that we don't have a language for, but maybe there's a way in cinema to show that void, that unspokenness. That would be something we've been talking a lot about.
It's a lot easier the more complex the characters are written, and the more a director also wants to explore something in an existential way. For me, it's a lot easier. You can go as far as you want, kind of. So I feel that all these matters that and all these themes that Joachim and Eskil write about and Joachim directs is really, it's a little bit like you said, like you have a lot of emotional weight, you have confusion, you have some big questions, but it's all done with a lot of love and acceptance and care. And that's what I love about Joachim's movies.
I think anyone who's lived for a longer period of time, particularly in childhood, in a place, a house, an apartment, something, you know, you have an understanding that the same spaces will be colored with such different emotional experiences. And I find that fascinating. In the entrance area of your childhood home, you will come in and be cold on your feet in the winter, and you'll come in sweating and warm in the summer, and you'll fall in love, and then you'll break up, and like you'll go through any human emotion in those same spaces. And we talked about like the childish notion that is kind of fantastical. What if the house could see us or carry our memory? Wouldn't the human life seem kind of small and short? And how could that play into two sisters trying to deal with the short time they have left with a father who they don't really know how to get close to? I think that played into each other. I think if you make humanist stories or human stories like we do, it's unavoidable that you have to take parts of real life, parts of experience, parts of people you know and love into it, because the questions you're asking about that life experience are valuable emotional triggers for the work you do in front of the camera, I'm sure, and for me in writing and directing. It's a mystery to me how it works. I get very emotionally engaged in the projects. Later, I realized that I maybe revealed something of myself that I wasn't even planning to. And going in, of course, I think about my life, but I'd never in any film tried to say this character is me. But it also is fiction. It gives freedom to imagine. It gives freedom to be a little bit mean to your characters or to laugh at them sometimes, but also to care. If it was me, I would feel I had to defend it all the time. I don't know, but it's different for you. As an actor, you actually become the character and not at the same time, no?
Not on purpose.
No.
So the longer I analyze and I'm in the script trying to figure this person out, I also think I'll find some things that I don't realize about myself, and something that I express that I don't have an overview or control over. And then but you feel this need to express it, and then you see it later and you see what you have inside, and you can meet something in yourself in the moments on set that you don't like or you love, and then to have an audience recognize something and have those moments being valuable to some other people that's kind of the magic of this cinema. Yeah.
Jag vet att det har varit svårt för dig. Jag känner igen mig där.
En så bra person när den uppväxten var.
Ni två är ju det bästa som har hänt mig.
Bäst som har skjedd deg?